Hi, and welcome to Religion is a Lie. When I say religion, I mean organised religion. Christianity, Islam, whatever. They're all as bad as each other. I'm not particularly singling any one of them out. They are either a system of control or a way to take money from you. How do we know religion is a lie? Okay, well just think about it for a minute. In the West, Christianity is the dominant religion. It has been for hundreds of years. You worship a God that had his beginnings somewhere in the Middle East. He's a God that will forgive your sins. But you can't eat meat on a Friday. He's a God that will drown everyone on earth because they had become wicked and displeased him. Sorry, what happened to forgiving everybody? He's a God that no one's ever seen, who allows children to starve and wicked men to prosper. And when you ask questions questioning why are these children starving or why do we have so many wars, all you get in return is God moves in mysterious ways. I'm sorry, but I'm going to need a lot more than that, my friend, before I start believing. But who did we have before Christianity? We had the pagans. They worshipped the sun and the moon and the rain and fire. Now I can kind of get behind this. These people weren't educated. They did not know how things worked. That's just the way it was back then. But they worshipped the sun for its warmth, the bounty of harvest, the moon for its light at night, the rain for the crops, nature for animals and everything else. So if all these things were the gods back then, where did they go when the God we have now gained popularity? Because you ask any Christian, there is only one God, the true God. I'm sorry, but I know quite a few Muslims or Jews or Buddhists that will disagree with you. Rome is the centre of the Catholic faith, but way before Christianity, the Romans had different gods. Jupiter, Juno, Neptune, Minerva, Mars, Venus. What was the one God, the Christian God? What was he doing while all these other gods were reigning supreme, taking all the credit for creation and the like? For thousands and thousands of years, not once did the Christian God pop his head up and say, "Hey wait, I made all this, took me 7 days, what you all playing at?" No, nothing, not a peep, for thousands of years. Take Scandinavia, the Norse gods, Odin, Thor, Freya, Loki, around way before Christianity, and much more interesting stories too. They were there taking all the credit for creation, but no sign of today's God. Weird, eh? He didn't even once pop up and say to everybody, "Sorry bro, you got it wrong, I did all this. I made a dude, and then I made a chick out of his rib, and then they had 2 boys, and that's where you all come from." Excuse me, what? The main religion in Greece is now Catholicism. But what happened to Zeus, Hera, Athena, Apollo, Hermes, Aphrodite? Where did all these guys go? Where was God while these gods were ruling in the heavens? I mean, people worshipped these guys just as hard. They prayed just as hard. They gave offerings. They even gave sacrifices. Religion is born out of necessity. Take Christianity. Back in the day, it was a system of control. We didn't have the police or courts or jails as we know them today. We didn't have laws like we do now. So how did the ruling classes keep everyone in line? Right, well listen here and listen good. If you are good and you follow these 10 commandments, you will go to heaven and you'll live in the clouds and you'll get wings and be an angel. And everyone you know who died will be there. But if you don't, and you go around doing bad things, you go to hell and Satan will be there. And all his minions will poke you in the ass with pointy sticks for eternity, or something. I mean, it's genius, it's control. But then the church has realised there was money to be made, and that's when things really got out of hand. Don't believe me? Look at all the mega churches in America now. They have one purpose and one purpose only, to make as much money as possible. Why does a preacher, a man of God, need a private jet plane or a mansion? How many of these preachers have committed crimes and been found guilty of them? How many of them have committed adultery? I mean, you just have to look at the church scandals in the UK. How many priests, reverends, vicars, whatever, how many of them abused children over the years and got away with it, and then didn't? I mean, what about all the church-run workhouses, orphanages from back in the day? Hasn't it come to light about how many children were hurt and everything else in these places? Surely, if there was a God, he wouldn't have such wicked people working for him. Surely, he wouldn't allow children under the care of his ministers to come to harm. Or are you going to tell me now that this was all part of his plan? Surely children are born without sin. Isn't that what you say? If this is the case, then why do so many children come to harm whilst in the care of the church? Anyway, I'll be making a whole series of videos explaining why religion is a lie. I will be covering all of the main religions as well as cults and everything else, and I will deconstruct each religion using hard facts, hard evidence, which is something that none of you can argue with, if all you have to come back at me with is faith. To us, it's ludicrous that in this day and age with technology, science and everything else, that so many people cling on to an idea that should have become extinct years ago. Religion keeps you a prisoner. Religion only wants your money. Please choose to be enlightened. Make sure you like and subscribe to keep up with these series of videos, and feel free to comment with your thoughts. Thank you for watching.